Ryan Reynolds drops contract marriage mid-flight, and Sweeney lands to find her name erased from 3 projects. Want to know how one speaker phone slip turned Hollywood into a panic room?
I would never actually do this, like ever. But I think it's really important for people to see how words actually affect people, because it's really fucked up.
Euphoria star Sweeney broke down in tears on an emotional live stream.
You won't believe the circus on last night's Paris Red Eye. Sweeney settles into seat 17A, glowing after critics finally call her a revelation. 2 rows up, Ryan Reynolds, louder than a lawnmower at dawn, slaps his phone on speaker like everyone paid extra for the drama. 9 minutes of bragging later, he blurts, "Contract marriage," giggles about being Blake's beard.
Ryan Reynolds confessing to Blake Lively being his beard was definitely not on my bingo card.
And keeps chatting while flight attendants hide behind the cart. Sydney, clutching flat champagne, scrolls Spotify, but it's too late. Everyone's whispering that the Reynolds Lively love story is as fake as a bad TikTok prank. Ryan ends with a cheery, "Love ya, bro," clueless. He just tossed a social grenade down the aisle. Sydney's now an accidental whistleblower just because she sat in the splash zone. The plane hasn't even pushed back, yet you can almost hear Hollywood typing up the next headline. But wait till those wheels hit JFK. The jet touches down and Sydney expects fireworks. Buzzing phone, confetti emails, maybe a meme about her Paris glow-up. Instead, crickets. Gmail's empty, WhatsApp threads are frozen. And her agent, usually texting emojis at 3 a.m., is silent. What gives? Hollywood's panic reflex. Word zips around. Sydney heard Ryan's mess, so now she's radioactive. Doesn't matter, she never spoke. The chance she could spill tea makes studios shake. By lunch, she's chopped from a streaming thriller, a fancy indie, and a rom-com sweeter than sprinkles. Execs say strategic realignment, which really means we can't risk your loose-leaf secrets. The only words she's uttered all morning were to a Dunkin' barista. Medium iced, 3 pumps caramel. Yet spreadsheets are bleeding red. Assistants whisper block her name, and algorithms slap a warning tag on her headshot. If paranoia burned calories, Hollywood would be swimsuit ready. No Wi-Fi, no calls. Sydney scrolls a blank screen while the blacklist printers warm up. Real dominoes start tumbling any minute. First domino, Sydney's Netflix legal thriller. Yesterday, she was the whip-smart prosecutor in 4-inch heels. Today, her spot reads TBD, and an office email chirps creative shift, like someone announced free pizza. Translation? She now screams lawsuit, not profit. Dior bolts next. Half the shoots in the can, Sydney draped in silk worth more than a small yacht. Yet a leaked Slack shows execs chanting brand neutrality. 24 hours later, colorists erase her frame by frame like a coffee stain on a tux. No statement, no apology roses, just poof. Agents mutter, pivot, and timing. But Sydney hears the truth. Her face is now a warning label. Dior gowns sit in storage. Netflix writers shred pages to slot in someone who trends less but smiles more. Erasure here isn't loud, it's surgical, and Sydney feels every cut. A junior PA updates a sheet called Contingency Talent. Learning fast, reputations don't explode, they get quietly deleted. April 19th should have crowned Sydney queen of the red carpet. Cameras ready, gown so big it needed its own seatbelt. What shows up? A sad pass that basically says spectator, use the side door. Publicists chirp logistical streamlining, which means stay out of Ryan's light. Her glam squad, up since sunrise, doom scrolls while Sydney unzips a dress worth my kitchen remodel and debates pad thai or pizza. Ryan smirks down the carpet solo, selling gin. And tonight, a brand new story. Look, no co-star. Entertainment sites swoon over his solo charisma, ignoring the empty space beside him. Sydney slips out, lets the limo meter tick, and chooses dignity over a background cameo. Premiere ends with one lonely set of footprints and a million tweets asking, "Where's Sydney?" A movie about betrayal debuts by betraying its own star. Irony sells tickets, but wait till you see the bill. Next morning, Hollywood tries a magic trick. Photoshop panic mode. A new Getty shot shows Blake glued to Ryan's side, like she teleported in from the snack bar. Metadata nerds find it was taken weeks ago. But 6 big sites run the supportive wife headline because clicks beat facts. PR teams scrub Sydney's name like a bad tattoo, swapping co-lead for Ryan Reynolds shines. To us, it's staged. Insiders smell damage control dipped in perfume. Sydney screenshots everything, wondering if the lie is high def. Is it still a lie? Twitter sleuths zoom in on weird shadows and yell, "Fake!" Cover-up torched. The Fallout screenshots have only begun. Zoom call from a nightmare. Tiny boxes of lawyers, agents, PR folks in fancy hoodies. They slide Sydney a big check, an 18-month gag order, and promise to reevaluate her. Translation? Shelf life. A silence clause hugs tighter than Spanx. Sydney asks, "Did Blake draft this?" A grin answers. She hits, "Leave meeting." Boom, louder than any rant. Hours later, Netflix pulls a digital purge. Quotes gone, trailers recut, Instagram wiped like confetti after a storm. One insider calls it professional euthanasia. Hollywood shrugs, just business cleanup. Makeup crew files for product refunds. Lesson learned. Refuse their NDA, they rewrite the story without you. Sydney may have lost the gig, but she's now the actress who won't bow. And that scares them more than any leaked voicemail. The internet won't play dead. Fans brandish hashtag #SheDidn'tSign like neon pitchforks. Tech talk split screens. Sydney and trailer versus Sydney who hit 3 million views before breakfast. Studios delete comments. 10 screenshots pop up. No statement spawns 1,000 threads. PR teams fight Gen Z detectives armed with caffeine and screen records. Sydney stays quiet. No need to speak. When receipts crowdsource in real time. Netflix hides replies like toddlers covering their eyes, but the comments section is now its own CSI lab. Trolls turn vigilantes, memeing Ryan and Blake into dollar store Frank and Claire Underwoods. Contract marriage trends harder than Ryan's gin. Deleted clips become relics. Re-uploaded by fans treating archiving like a duty. Corporate containment mutates into Streisand Effect 2.0. And the clicks keep climbing. Somewhere a social media manager whispers, "They never warned us about fandom spreadsheets." Enter Reese Witherspoon, PR warrior in heels, brunching with Sydney at the Polo Lounge. No entourage, just iced tea and notebooks. Paparazzi go wild. By dinner, blogs whisper about an Apple TV plus limited series. Kidman producing, Reese directing, Sydney starring. They call it the Witherspoon pivot, turning scandal into gold faster than you can say Big Little Lies. Agents who ghosted last week now circle back. Blake's camp tries a shady subtweet about truth sellers. Fans ratio it into dust. Reese posts a sunny selfie and watches the rumor mill spin. She knows leverage like sommeliers know wine. Message. Sydney's stock isn't falling. It's moving to a richer market. Blink twice if you feel the shift, Ryan. Meanwhile, Ryan's meme engine dies like a phone at 1%. 3 days of silence so loud fans check for a pulse. 2 investors pull money from his next film, blaming a perception shift, code, messy divorce rumor. A leaked call has a rep saying, "Try muting at 30,000 feet next time." Ryan, usually 10 jokes a minute, posts nothing. Blake likes a tweet mocking his courage, then her PR firm dumps him. The perfect Instagrid looks as real as fake snow. Marvel slaps a domestic instability flag on him, merch risk. Hollywood doesn't punish lies, it punishes cleanup costs. Ryan's snark is now a budget line, and the accountants are sharpening pencils. Gin promos won't stop the cash drain. Reputation rehab? Not with these numbers. Sydney inks a deal with RTM, the network that treats NDAs like napkins. The teaser drops. A shadowy slow zoom and her voice. Silence protected them, not me. Producers tease flight manifests, call logs, security footage, and the ultimate receipt pile. PR departments clench, popcorn futures soar, studios prep statements. Marvel lawyers scan contracts, Blake's team goes silent, Ryan practices no comment. Fans plan watch parties like Super Bowl Sunday for scandals. Next week's interview is already called the Meghan and Harry of Hollywood hypocrisy. Sydney, once painted fragile, steps up like a prize fighter with receipts. Lesson: when the machine tries to delete you, upload yourself to prime time. She's not just burning bridges, she's selling tickets to the blaze. Hollywood wanted a quiet starlet. It's getting a headline beast with proof. If turbulence at 30,000 feet was messy, wait till this lands. Keep notifications on. Sydney's receipts will boom louder than any summer blockbuster. Truth just wrote the juiciest season finale yet. Stay tuned. This cliffhanger is ready to go nuclear.